going on, fellas? Welcome back. It's good to see you. I just made a video, but I figure I'd make another one. Uh, I'm mainly just wanting to talk today about just what I've been up to. Nothing really too crazy going on in the hobby now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. If I'm honest, I usually just click the record button and let myself just talk. But point of this video is just kind of discuss some things I'm seeing, what I think there's potential of. I need to start writing these things down. It makes it a lot easier to remember. I go to work and I think about so many things to talk about, and I come home and I look at the camera and I blank. But I'm sure plenty of people out there, maybe even you, could relate to that. But before we get into the video, just want to say thank you for clicking. Uh, hit that like and subscribe button if you think I add any value to your already pretty existent knowledge of this hobby, because everyone here that watches my videos, geniuses. But I would appreciate the like and subscribe. It definitely would help out a ton. We're moving pretty fast, man. I'm just happy to have 19 subscribers, man. It's honestly amazing. I didn't think I'd move so fast. I know it probably most people wouldn't care, but it does mean a lot to me, man. Getting into the video and not being all sappy and shit. Mainly just wanted to talk about these boxes mainly. I've been buying every time I see them, I buy them. Kind of been buying a little bit more than what I'd like to, but it's all right. I think it's worth it. Um, I think some people sit here and say that they're like, I mean, they're hoarding them like hundreds. I don't know if I would hold 100 of these boxes, but I'm definitely gonna be holding about 10 of each. I think that's a good number. Now that I have 10 of each now, because today I was fortunate enough to pick up these right here and these right here. If I can get a grip. Whoop. Now, I'm kind of treading into scalper territory a tad bit, but for being honest here, if I didn't buy them all, someone else would have. And that's kind of the mentality I'm trying to keep, because I mean, there was a long time where I would just see mountains and mountains of One Piece stuff. I just left it be, because I realize, like, I know there's a lot of players out there and they deserve to be able to open this shit, and it would sit, for, I mean, at least a couple of days. So I felt like, yeah, at least like a true amount of people got them that needed them to play. And I mean, most players don't need to open packs. It doesn't really make sense, but it's still cool. Obviously, it's still fun. I'm not gonna deny a player of opening and it not making sense or whatever. I mean, it never really makes sense to open the packs, but it's fun, and that's the point. I can understand that, even though now I don't really open them as much. I do plan on opening these two though. They're pretty beat up on the front. That's what I'm actually gonna sit here and go through these and see. I mean, they're in pretty damn good condition. I watched him. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I pay about, what is it? If you know the discount, you'll know where I get them from. I'll put it that way. I don't want to give it out for people that go to this place and they, who cares? I get them from Hot Topic. Um, they're usually pretty. Um, I wouldn't say they get a lot, actually. They usually don't get very much at all. Oh, the one by me just restocked OP14, so that's cool, right? I mean, it seems like apparently I'm pretty lucky with them, honestly. Like, they're pretty cool with me. I've been collecting for a year and a half now, so them seeing me constantly come in over the course of a year and a half and ask, like, hey, what y'all got? You got any of this yet? Uh, they know I'm an actual. I mean, you can call me whatever you want. I don't care, but I am a collector at the end of the day. I do have a sizable collection. I'm not gonna sit here and flex. I'd love to show y'all, but it appears that anytime someone does that, there's a lot of negative sentiment around it. So I'm just not even gonna tread into the territory. Maybe one day I'll start up a Discord, and then we can talk about it there. But for right now, I'm not talking about the collection. I showed you a couple cards that I have in my last video. I'm pretty excited and happy about that. I wasn't planning on having the Gear 2 alt manga yet. It is way too high. It's 240, but I got lucky and I traded my in-store credit that I had from previously purchasing a collection. I traded a lot of the cards that I was just I didn't really care about. I think I no, it wasn't a collection. I traded a PC Mega Evolution ETB. So Pokemon Center exclusive ETB. I traded it for it was kind of messed up, but like I told him I am always okay. Disclaimer: I always tell people if it is a bad deal on their end. I tell them, look, you can probably get a lot better of a deal if you just give me cash. But people want to trade cards, so I tell them, look, if you're gonna trade me cards for one of those, I'm taking them at a percentage. Now, people will not agree with that, and that's fine. But there are plenty of other sellers out there, and I'm very open about that. Like you can go to somewhere else, you can probably give them. I give better percentages than card shops, but I do want a better percentage than a card vendor at a card show. I get that's not okay, but I tell them that. I tell them that it's you could probably do better somewhere else. And they go, they look around, they can't find anyone else selling what they want, so they come back. He gave me a bunch of cards he doesn't like anymore. He said, in my eyes, I'm really only paying $100 for this ETB. Fair enough. I think overall in total value, he gave me about 240. I think market was 180 at the time, maybe 190. So he gave me about $40 extra because I took a percent. That's the deal. That's the trade. I don't trade. I can't trade a PCTB for some cards. It just doesn't. I am a collector, but market wise, that doesn't. No one's going to do that. You can't go to a card show and them do that. They will not give you a percentage on the ETB. They will not do that. They will not trade cards for that. It will always be a lower percentage wise doing that. If they can do it, why can't I do it? And if they're completely happy doing it, I'm going on a tangent. The point of all of that is to say that I usually do that. I just get cards that, I got a couple that I wanted and I got a couple that I didn't care to keep. So I got rid of the ones I didn't care to keep. And that's just how things roll. Doing that has kind of pushed me to grow a lot faster. I've been fairly lucky with some of these people. I try to be as open and honest as possible because at the end of the day, these are people's childhood collections sometimes. And it doesn't feel right to just, oh yeah, I'll take all that for what is like 30%, but these people don't know anything anymore because they haven't been in the hobby. One Piece, Pokemon, it doesn't matter. Like the guy that I got the manga event from, he was willing to throw me the manga event gear 2 for that booster box and he didn't give me cash. He had no idea that card was $240 and I told him like, "Look, dude, you should probably check the price on that and then get back with me. We can figure out a trade if you still want to do that." He said, "Oh, I'll just do that straight." I genuinely had no idea how much this has risen. So I could have fleeced him, but I won't do that. I don't like doing that. I feel like that's horrible karma moving forward. Not to mention, we all have this moral compass inside of us that is very clearly telling us what to do sometimes. It's important to listen to that because I mean, I don't know, you have it for a reason. If you don't lose it, if you don't use it, you lose it. That's the way I like to look at it. But yeah, I I traded that Riftbound. You kind of see it. It's probably a little blurry, but I traded a Riftbound Spirit Forged, I think is the set name. I traded one of those booster boxes. Will I regret it long term? Me very possibly. Yeah, it's very possible I will regret that financially. I don't regret that though. I'll never regret that because technically all I paid was what, $30. I traded $30 technically because he gave me 16 cards to cover up $80 worth of value is all I was looking for. He could have gave me $80 and it would have been fine. Um, cut that. What is that? 16 into 80. That's like $4 a card, $5 a card. Um, so yeah, I got rid of like 5 cards. Yeah, pretty much. It's crazy. I got rid of 5 cards and was able to buy the Riftbound booster box pretty much. I think I paid like $10. So I paid about 35, 45. I think the math I did came out to about 60 though. So I paid $60 for the manga event using DCA terminology, thinking that way rather than like literally what the dollar cost was or the market exchange. So that's how I do it. I mean, if you constantly DCA and you're looking for a better return on your money, like an ETB, $60 is what I paid. So if I trade it for a $300 card, I paid $60. That's just how it works. I'm only in 60. Yeah, the box can be $300. Who cares? That doesn't matter because at the end of the day, if you wanted to get cash, sure, you could look at it that way. I don't. I prefer to just I paid 60. That's what I have in it. If I get even double that in card value of shit I really like and really want, I won. Okay? I do that. Sometimes too I'll take a big loss just because it's something I want. I don't care. It is what it is. At the end of the day, I'm even. I'm moving along. Can't say I'm losing. If you're neutral in the card hobby and you're neutral, dead, and you've been opening, especially, and you can sit here and say you're genuinely neutral and you know for a fact, and you're not sitting here coping and saying like, oh, I've probably opened about as much as I've paid. You're doing good. Like you're actually doing insane. I don't think people like come to terms with that good enough that like that's not normal. Like that is very above and beyond of what's normal at all. I had a guy nearby that I was talking to him on Marketplace. He was wanting another. I had two of those booster boxes. He was wanting one, and he showed me he had two Gengars from Ascended Heroes. I said, "Did you pull these?" He said, "Oh yeah, yeah, I did pull a couple. They're off for grading." Just didn't even care. Didn't even care at all. He's like, "Yeah, I wish I would have got a couple more hits, but yeah, Gengar's cool." Could sell that card to buy every other hit. I mean, not the Pikachu and the Dragonite, but like the golds. But you could get whatever card you're looking for, dude. You could just sell it and get that card. It seems like people are so fatigued in these hobbies right now. I mean, One Piece. I've actually never met another One Piece collector in person, so I don't know what the sentiment is genuinely. I mean, even one guy, it's not gonna make sense to me and really kind of like Pokemon. It's easy, you can tell like nobody really gives a shit about it at all, besides like a couple players. The kids love that shit, and that's cool. That's good. I mean, I can't believe there's even kids still in the hobby with all of the people that have been out here just taking it from them and making it to where it's non-existent. You walk in a store and it's just evaporated. If he's stocking it, it will be evaporated in about 10 minutes. So anytime I see a kid, I always try to give back. My boss, her kid collects, so anytime I have some packs that I hit an ETB, I hit the Reshiram SIR from White Bolt or White Flare. So I just got rid of the packs. I hit the best card, man. I mean, Red Victini, that would have been nice, but let's be honest, the SIR is way better. I can't believe it is a glorified full art. I don't know how it is so expensive, but it's what they're doing with the rarities, man. It kind of sucks for someone. I really like those cards, so seeing them go up that high is kind of unfortunate. You know, they were super undervalued. No one cared. To be fair, they are more rare, so it does make sense. But ah, they look cool. I've always been a big fan ever since Black and White base set where they had the Reshiram and Zekrom. I've loved the monochrome look, the very sleek, just one color. That's the best type of full art, man. They definitely paid homage to my childhood with that set. I know a lot of people don't care for Black Bolt and White Flare, but hey, that's my first. I came in Gen 4, and then when they released Black Bolt and White Flare, Gen 5, when they released Black and White, that was the first game I got to see it get released in real time. I can't remember if Soul Silver or Heart Gold was my first game, or if it was Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum. I played them all around the same time, but I know I played all of them. And then I realized I've never played Gen 1. Well, on Poke MMO I have, but like that doesn't really count. I've never played Gen 2 besides on Poke MMO. Call me a fake fan. Wait, is it Gen 2? I think it's Gen 3, actually. I think Gen 3 is the one. Yeah. Yeah, no. I never played Gen 3. Well, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. Does that count? I feel like that counts. It counts. That game was awesome, man. I love those games. I played all the way up after Black and White. I stopped in Sun and Moon. I didn't play Sun and Moon. I know it's good, but I grew up. I sold 3DS, man. I couldn't play it. I know emulators exist, but those are illegal since I don't own the game. I don't play those. Um, but yeah, let's go ahead and get into the point of this video after I just sat here and rambled for 15 minutes. Maybe it wasn't that bad though. Hit that like and subscribe button if you're still here. If you're not, I don't blame you. But if you have, man, you a real one. I can't believe you're listening to all this. The point of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and change over to the tablet point of view. We have the illustration box at $50. I buy mine at 30 because they have a buy one get one 30% off. So I think they sell for $38, and then with the discount they come out to 31. I'm pretty bullish on these at $31, man. That's a really good deal. It's a little bit above MSRP, but does that even exist anymore? Who knows? We have the Sabo illustration rare promo. I'm not a fan, man. His face looks all fucked up, if I'm being honest, man. He does not look like Sabo to me. If they just did the face right, great card. Texture's awesome. Looks pretty good. Nothing out of the world, you know. It's not like some next level shit, but the Ace, on the other hand, is actually really nice. I think it just got bought out recently, but it's on its way back down. Yeah. I was buying them down here, and now it got bought out again. I think we will be seeing this fall below $2 again when we see it at $1 and you find someone with 15 of these things. Do what I do. The Zorro from Illustration Box 3. If you find a listing that has like 5, 10 of these under $2, I'd buy them. Personally, I think the art is okay. It's not my favorite. I gave this to my mom's husband. He also collects, and I just decided to go ahead and give it to him because I think I gave it to him. I don't actually remember. I may have not. I may be completely capping, but I usually just these types of cards, you don't sell them, you just give them to people you know, that also like, that like them more, right? The Luffy, that's actually pretty alright. The shadow right here on his face kind of throws it off a little bit for me, but it's good. I like it. Egghead outfit. Can't say nostalgic, but it kind of feels that way. Let's not talk about the first illustration box promo. The real first illustration box. We won't talk about it. Just saying. This card right here. We ever see this drop below $3 again? Like how it used to be. This right here is me, by the way. That's me. I bought that penny. That penny listing. That was me, man. I can't believe that shit. I don't know. I don't know why he did that. But I bought that penny one. I wish I had the receipt. I know it's somewhere. I'll look for it eventually and I'll show y'all. I'm not capping. I would sign into my account and dox myself just to show you that shit. But this right here is actually, I think, a good buy. I think personally this is the best Nami card we've seen ever. Hot take, I don't care. The texture on it's awesome. It's got the little pinwheels for texturing. That shit's solid. It's pretty good. Discord. Another one. This Yamato. God, bro. Hold on. Sorry for the interruption. Moving on. Yeah, the Yamato is pretty undervalued in my opinion. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and tell you to buy when these prices are. If you look at a year, I mean, they were $1, 20 cents. I wish that was me. I would have bought a shit ton of these. Yamato's awesome, very underrepresented card wise. Well, nah, that's a lie. I guess she does have some pretty expensive cards. This is one I'm definitely buying. I will back the truck up for this card. I love this damn card. The texture's so good. You gotta love these types of cards where the texture's actually, wow, it was 16 bucks. I guess it is at the peak of these boxes. We've never seen them do that. This one, if y'all been watching, you know how I feel about these types of cards. Is it a horny card? Kinda. But you kind of have to come to terms with it. You know, if you don't like these types of cards, which I've never been too big of a fan, I've always known that they're going to perform well long term. The art is actually really good. I mean, all of these illustration box promos from 1 and 2. It's made by, I'm not going to look it up. Peach Momoko. Peach Momoko. Her art is actually amazing. I think we have a good chance of seeing these cards be ridiculous once we see. I'll give you the sauce. It's the end of the video. Once 9 of these come out, that's a whole page in a binder. Someone out there is going to want all of them to fill out pages. Once people start showing that off in videos, people are going to start hopping on it. Everyone's going to want to do it. That's just how these people work. Um, I am one of these people. I've been building this page for a while. I cannot wait for her to release 2 more. I don't know if it's a guy or a girl. I would imagine it's a woman, but you never know nowadays. So I'm just going to say I love their art. It is very good. I'm a big connoisseur of the law. The Stussy, holy shit, I just picked up the Stussy, man. The art, the texture. She's like mastered this, like, I don't know. It's just so clean, man. Even the Tashigi, like, I don't even like Tashigi in this art. It's the only one I don't have now. I actually am waiting to buy this. 17's not bad, but I want it to hit. I'm being stingy, but I want this to hit like 15 bucks, man. Oh my god, I'm being I'm just gonna buy it. I'm gonna go to a card shop tomorrow and I'm gonna see if they have it. If they don't have it, I'll buy it online. Same with the Akira Igawa. I'm also building an Akira Igawa page. I love his art, their art. It's amazing. Best in the TCG. I don't see a whole lot of illustrator love. Um, no one really like focusing on anything specific in the hobby anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much the video. I appreciate you listening to me ramble. 23 minutes is a little bit longer than I like to do, but shit, I had a lot to say, I guess. Until next time, I do hope that you give me a shot and hit that like and subscribe button. It truly does mean a shit ton to me. Hopefully we talk about something you haven't heard about next video. And until then, I hope you stay successful.